If you don't have a living will, you're wrong. We're going through this right now as we speak, which is why I'm in a hotel room. And I'm not going to say much more about it right now, but certainly more to come. Let's just put it this way. Someone in our family is in the hospital, and just so living will is a right to die clause, essentially, when to pull the plug. And what a living will says explicitly is, hey, man, if I'm in a vegetable state, if I'm brain dead or something like that, just go ahead and pull the plug after a number of days or something like that. You see what I'm saying? You can state it however you want. A living will and a healthcare directive go hand in hand. The reason you want that is you don't want to put the when to pull the plug on your kids or your spouse or something like that. You want to say very explicitly, hey, man, if I'm like this, pull the plug. Don't feel like you're taking me out. And I find a lot of my clients, let's say about 40% of my clients don't have just basic legal documents. And that's not good, man. You don't want your kids to, how to kill dad or kill mom. And you don't want that. You want to be very clear. Hey, man, you need to pull the plug after 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is, 2 days. I don't care. But you need to tell them that's okay. Do you think about if you don't have a living will and you're in a vegetative state? You're and your son, let's say your wife is dead, or let's just say you're a single dad or something like that. And you're saying to your kids, you have to have a consultation with a doctor, but you're ultimately going to be the one with the authority on when to pull this. Now, the doctor will give you some guidance. In fact, the doctor might override you. I don't know. But do you really want that responsibility on your children? You can go to LegalZoom.com. It's very cheap. I don't know, $200 for a family financial or estate plan. Very simple. I love you wills. I leave everything to Charlotte. Charlotte leaves everything to me. Upon my demise, at the death, we leave everything 25% to each kid. In the interim, we're going to have a durable power of attorney. We're going to have a living will and a healthcare directive as well. And that way, if something were to happen for us incapacity-wise, we have the legal documents that say this is what we want to have happen. Now, that doesn't mean the doctors have to follow. I mean, it's completely your state. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't practice one. I certainly don't have a license to practice law. But generally speaking, we need to have some kind of documentation so your healthcare professionals, so your kids, so your family knows. And we got to name somebody as well to say, hey, this is who I want to be in charge of me if I'm in a brain dead vegetative state. If not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't you remember the Terry Schiavo thing back, 25 years ago now? That's a freaking nightmare, dude. You don't want that. Now, you might be like someone I know who says, no, I want to be left in a vegetative state as long as possible. I don't get it, but that's that person's prerogative, I suppose. No, it is. But what if you don't want that? Are you in pain in a vegetative state? Do you really know that you're not? I mean, because they're feeding you with fentanyl and propano, I don't know, it's propofol or something like that. Yeah, you don't know, man. I mean, you might be, your heart might not, we don't know. We don't know. You might be in pain. You just don't know. I mean, no one knows. No one knows because we don't know what your soul is going through. We just don't. Do you want to be sitting there for months on end in a vegetative state? Maybe your soul can't be released until your body dies. Man, I have no idea. These are all things we're having a conversation about today. It's a big deal. A big deal. Now, if you have a complex financial plan or complex second marriages and all these things, we want you to seek legal, competent estate planning attorneys for sure. But just a basic, and I don't care if you do LegalZoom.com. I've just been recommending that for 15 years, and I think it's fine. Get it notarized. Even if your state doesn't require a notary, you always want to get it notarized. Notarized is just a validation of your signature. That just means you print it off, you take it to your local bank. I don't think the post office has a notary, but you take your local bank or your credit union or something like that and let them watch you sign your signature. That's what a notary is. You don't sign, then bring it in. Before you sign the document, you bring the document to the notary who watches you, observes you. They validate your signature. They don't read the documents. They don't care what it says. They're just saying, I validate this signature. I'm stamping it with my notary. I used to be a notary in a bank and used to do that all the time. Anyway, don't leave your kids hanging, dude. I mean, just make sure they know what to do. Anyway, so yeah, man, it's It's a challenge. It's a sad state of affairs. More to come on this, but you just got to get your stuff in order, dude. You make it as easy as possible for your heirs. All right, God bless.